My pleasure and my privilege to welcome you all here today to the graduation of our student cohort of 2018. During my 2 years here, I have never known our students be lost for words. They always have something to say, and today is no exception. Students.
Ultimate relative.
Soms معكم
وزي شينو
Καλωσήρθατε.
Go.
Ultimate relative.
Soms معكم
وزي شينو
Καλωσήρθατε.
خير Mirsa Erdut.
أهلاً وسهلاً.
شاغوتوم
Serdecznie zapraszamy.
Добре дошли.
Vítejte.
Velkommen.
Welcome.
Inquan denamet achu.
Bienvenue.
خوش آمدید. أكوابا. إدفزلك.
Vanakkam.
ברוכים הבאים.
Yokoso. Funyeng.
Hoş geldinizdir.
Karibu sana.
ยินดีต้อนรับเด้อ
Sveiki atvykę.
Selamat datang.
Sialem kela.
Normai harimai.
Velkommen.
Bem-vindos. Добро пожаловать. Muraказanez.
Mauya.
Witajcie. Siane Mogela.
Yindi tanrap. Hoş geldiniz.
Ласкаво просимо.
Nam kelegile.
Welcome.
Sodawada.
بخير هاتن.
എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം
Honey.
സ്വാഗത് സഹോദരലായി
Benvenuti.
Sveicinati. Bienvenidos.
Dobrodošli.
Ketili qost khweni mobzaneba.
Witamy
خوش آمدید.
Benvinguts.
Ani amukela.
chào mừng
Herzlich willkommen.
Barigalust.
As they have all just said, a very, very warm welcome to you all. Our students have stories to share, which they will tell far better than ever I could. The ones that you will hear today are but a fragment of the huge achievements that they have made during the last 2 years. But before I hand you over to their talented but very tender care, I would first like to thank you, all of you, for all that you contribute to our community here in the college. Prime Minister, we are a community whose mission is that of the UWC colleges throughout the world, to strive for peace in this troubled world. We have watched the Velvet Revolution. We have watched it unfold, achieving change without violence. And we are indeed delighted that you have been able today to join our celebration. Founders, without your vision, this place and this community would never have been created. You have already achieved the seemingly impossible, and your continuing vision points the way forward to a true 21st century education. Donors, many of you here today, many of our students here today are sitting here as a direct result of your support. We are a community, as you discovered, of deliberate diversity, and your generosity has enabled students from so many countries and such different backgrounds to be a part of our college. Governors, I know you are committed to our college. You freely give your time and expertise, which is so valuable to us all. We are delighted that you could join us. Staff, all my colleagues work tirelessly to guide our students, sharing the transformational learning process that is UWCD. I would especially like to thank you for all the work that you have done this year and to bid farewell to those who are leaving us at this time. Some of you have been here since the beginning of the college, and you have contributed so much to what we are today. Parents, perhaps you parents have given us the most valuable gift of all. You entrusted your precious sons and daughters to us and have travelled great distances to be with us today. It means so much to all of us to have you here. I hope today you are as proud of them as I am. Friends, partners, counterparts, mentors, visitors, everyone, whatever you are called, I have called you friends because here at UWC Dilijan, we welcome you as friends. We're very pleased that you are here today. We are made richer by your presence, and that we know on a day-to-day basis you contribute so much and bring to our students' success. Alumni, well, you turned up en masse this time. It's a real pleasure to see you. It just shows that it's very difficult to escape from our college. We welcome you back as homecomers. So many of you have come to contribute to both the college and projects in Armenia. I would particularly like to congratulate two of you today, Cedric and Misha. You began with what seemed to be an idea for your CAS, and fostered by you, it has grown into a whole new RVVZ development called Enterprise Dilijan, in which our students will return and contribute to the development of the whole of Armenia. So today, Cedric and Misha, we acknowledge you as honorary fellows of Enterprise Dilijan and wish you continuing success with your burgeoning recycling business. And of course, the cause of all today, students. As you may gather from our students' welcome, we are an enormously diverse community here in UWC Dilijan. Add to that independent minds, determined young people, and inspirational ideas and projects being constantly generated, it is a wonder that we ever manage to come to any conclusions. I have watched and listened to the community as it put together today's programme. Ups and downs, backwards, forwards, spinning round on its own axis. The Tower of Babel could have learned a lesson or two from what they were doing. I was left wondering, would I ever get to a stage where I would actually stand here speaking to you? I should have known better. Students, you came to change the world. Well, symbolically, as a beginning, you have already succeeded in changing the world map up on the hill behind us. 3 days ago, I was reminded that whatever our differences, we are here to work towards peace and sustainability. We gathered on that hill, just outside this window, which has trees representing each of the countries we come from. A global view at a single glance. It was a moment full of laughter and nostalgia as we slithered up and down the hill to dig, plant, and water our trees. But just as the trees do, our students put down their roots and flourish in the soil of Armenia. These trees will now grow and reach out their branches to the wider world, gathering energy from the sun, nutrition from the soil, giving back fuel for the cold and shelter to those in need. So too will our students do as they move on. I have no idea where they will end up or what they will do. I don't suppose at the moment they do either. But I have every confidence in each and every one of them. And I'm sure that the relationships they made and the learning they have been part of here in Dilijan will have helped them to shape themselves into the very special people that they are. I too was asked to plant a tree, and it is my joy and delight to know that wherever the cohort of 2018 eventually settle, we will all still have roots here on the World Hill UWC Dilijan, and will share the vision of peace and sustainability well into the future. And now, students, as I always do, I hand over to you.
Thank you, Denise. We will now move to the first performance of the afternoon, which will showcase the talents of our IB musicians. Pablo, Kailwani, and Friedrich will now perform Karuna by Komitas.
When I first came to the college, I knew that I was going to go through a life-changing experience. But I had little idea that Armenia will see a momentous life-changing experience. We watched with trepidation and hope how Armenian people faced the challenge presented by them, so ably led by our guest today. Mr. Pashinyan, in fact, is our guest in the beautiful Tavush region, and we are pleased and honored to welcome him home today. I would like Mr. Pashinyan to come to the stage and address us his speech.
Dear founders of UWC Dilijan and supporters, head of the school, students, parents, families, staff, board of governors, and other distinguished guests. Dear friends, as you know, I was born and grew up not far from here in Ijevan, in capital of the Tavush region. And in fact, Dilijan is a birthplace of my mother, and I have many uncles, aunts, and cousins now living in Dilijan. And I'm happy that we have a school like that in Dilijan and in Armenia, because I think it is a symbol of future Armenia as a country with love, with tolerance, with high level of education, with high level of civil consciousness. And you know, I passed by here when head walking from Gyumri to Yerevan, and I was so sad to see contrast between this spot and the other side of the road. But the next moment I understood that this school can be a spot of hope and spot of inspiration and spot of enthusiasm and optimism for our citizens living in Dilijan or passing by. And I'm happy today to hear from Mr. Vartanyan that 8 teenagers from Dilijan are already accepted to the different school in chain of UWC, and it shows that we are going through in right direction. And you know, now I'm sure that the atmosphere in this side and the other side of Dilijan of road is very similar and very near each other, and it is big happiness for us and big happiness for Armenia and big happiness for our children and our parents. You know, I delighted from this positive atmosphere, and thank you for your attitude toward Armenia, toward changes in Armenia, and I hope that you believe that we will be able to create a new, happy, and free country. Of course, education is very important on that way. We have many problems in our educational system, and we will strive to solve that problems. But I think the most important part of solving any problem is enthusiasm, is endeavor, and we have this enthusiasm and optimism, and we are sure that we will be able to solve all the problems in Armenia to make Armenia happy, free, and tolerant country. And we are happy to see you in Armenia, and we hope to see you in Armenia in future many time, permanently, coming here with your friends, with your families, and we hope you will tell our history in your motherland to make them aware that there is a very little country with big soul, with big hope, and with big endeavor to the value of human rights, democracy, rule of law, and tolerance. Thank you for this opportunity to welcome you in occasion of your graduation, and I wish you all the best, and I wish you to see you in Armenia again and again, to see your friends, your families, your children coming here and being student of the Dilijan school. Thank you very much.
Mr. Pashinyan, Prime Minister, I would like to say thank you on behalf of everyone in this hall, especially the students of UWC Dilijan. In the past few months, we have seen your leadership take Armenia into a whole new phase of its history and development. And I'm more than sure your words today will take us, who are graduating, into a whole new phase of our history and development. Today, a new generation commences its journey of upholding the legacy that you have created. Thank you for your time, your energy, your expertise, and your wisdom. Պարոն Փաշինյան, բառերով անհնար է նկարագրել այն ամենը, ինչ մենք արեցինք միասին։ Մենք ցույց տվեցին աշխարհին, թե ով ենք մենք։ Դարձանք օրինակ համերաշխության, համախմբության, խաղաղության եւ հաղթանակի։ Շնորհակալ ենք այն ամենի համար, ինչ արել եք, անում եք եւ վստահ եմ կանեք եւ կանենք միասին։ Մեր հանրապետության համար։ Շնորհակալ ենք։
Now we will move on to the next performance, the dance of Armenian graduates and an Armenian folk song, Horovel by Komidas, now being performed by Elizabeth Sepedjan.
Thank you for that wonderful performance and for sharing some of Armenia's rich and beautiful culture with us. And special thanks to Elizabeth for that beautiful song. We now move on to the part of the afternoon where we hear the perspective of a member of our staff. Please welcome Elena Sherzia to the stage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests, Mr. Prime Minister, very happy to see you here, but my speech, forgive me, will be for them. So let me start. To be a part of UWC Dilijan has been a gift and a responsibility. Almost 4 years ago, I came here completely unexpectedly, and the destiny, life path, decisions brought me to this beautiful valley. First thing I saw was an amazing building, beautiful campus, very picturesque scenery, but what really, really blew me away was the spirit of this place. I remember the first day when I came here was the 2nd of October, 2014, and I was greeted by soon-to-become friend from India. Then we were taken to the party of soon-to-become our Toon and celebrated the birthday party of Toon parent, and it felt like home. That's how my UWC Dilijan Odyssey began, Odyssey. Our corridor, always open doors, kitchen with conversations. There is no small talk in Dilijan. We don't talk about weather because we cannot control it. You can see that. We speak about big things and we make small steps. We talk about life, about identity, about borders, about divisions, about cultures, about political conflicts, about our home. And those days are always stay with me so memorably. I hardly ever held my toddler. I came here with a 1-year-old child, but I never held him actually in my arms because the moment I would enter the dining hall, this was Leo. He would be sent around and he never stayed in my hands. He was a son of this big community coming from so many different cultures. Different ideas, projects, I saw so many things being born in this community. The beginning of building the relationship with Dilijan community, the beginning of Oran, the beginning of Art with the Community, Science with Kids, all those beautiful projects that you and those generations of students who came here before you began and you are continuing them, and those people who will come after you will continue them too. And this energy, this very special buzz that one can feel here is so, so, so empowering. There is a feeling that there is something magic being cooked in UWC Dilijan. It is the energy of like-minded people, individuals coming together and trying to make the world a better place with small steps, very small steps. I was mesmerized by this. I was mesmerized and carried away. I was humbled by how much people in this community care about others. This valley felt like home. UWC Dilijan feels like home. So to be asked to deliver a speech today at the graduation ceremony to the community of young people that I admire and respect is a privilege. But at the same time, for somebody for whom this year was filled with teething and diapers and all the challenges of having a newborn child, I was beyond shocked because I was too sleep deprived, and I still am, to feel anything. And I was actually very surprised by your choice to entrust me with this very, very important mission. And to be honest with you, I haven't had time to negotiate any thunders and lightnings, so there won't be any messianic sound effects accompanying the speech. And neither I have any spiritual wisdoms and quotes. have any spiritual quotes and wisdoms because all of them have been used by Dalian in her Monday messages to the community. Sorry. I also wish I had a talent, like our chemistry teacher, have an opera voice and sing to you the speech, but no luck either. And thank you, Elizabeth. As usual, you made me cry. So I will try to do what I can do, be in the moment and speak what I feel. And forgive me if I lost the track and go off it sometimes. Class 2018, the third generation of UWC Dilijan students that is about to hit the road and leave this place that you have been calling home for the last 2 years, but that will remain home forever in your hearts, and you know that. This is a toast to you. Georgian culture, Armenian culture, we're all about toasting, so I toast you. To who you were, to who you are, and to the people that you will become. Because one thing I know about you guys, that you will never stop to grow, you will never stop to challenge yourselves, and you will always try your best to be better humans every day. It is about this. I hope you will carry forever in you the spirit of this place, the spirit of this valley. Twice a year, I feel sadness. Once on the eve of graduation, and that is when people start asking me where Edgar's office is, and I know that they're about to leave because they're trying to pay for their stationery. But I don't feel sad because of that. I feel sad because you are leaving. And then I feel sad in August because the real realization that you're not there anymore comes in August. When I came back and I still see people and they're not there. It's sad. For people who stay in the valley while you pilgrims and travelers go out and come back, we have sad moments twice a year. But at the same time, I know that this school is so much more than just a school. These 2 years, okay, thank you. This school is so much more than just 2 years. What we create here, what you create here, what we create here together is beyond academic curricula, it's beyond the grades, it's beyond the 2 years, right? We construct here life connections. The magic of UWC is its people and their conviction that one passionate individual can make a change. You know why? Because passion is contagious. Be passionate, be contagious, be empowered by your passion and spread the spirit of this valley. In our school, the teaching and learning are interconnected elements of an immense transformational process that each of us goes through. How can one not be transformed when you're surrounded by so many extraordinary, talented, curious, and sometimes socially awkward, but always unique and inspiring young people? You come here waving your flags. You take a pride in your cultural heritage and share it with all of us. You find similarities in your songs, in your languages, in your traditions, in your cuisines. You sing together, you dance together, you study together, you dream together, you do things together. You put together amazing projects like Caucasus Connect, like Dili English, and so many more. You coming here from over 80 countries of the world, you grow together here. You never become one person, because each of you is too unique for that. But each of you brings his and her own individual color to this beautiful tapestry that is being sewed in Dilijan. And you become one heart. You become one heart that beats with African drums, with Middle Eastern beat, Armenian duduk. You become one song, the song of hope. You give us hope. Your spirit and belief in that change is possible, that everything, when you really want it, is possible, makes me personally not want to fail you. I feel that since I have known you, UWC Dilijan students, I have become a better human. I have been trying. I have become a better citizen, and maybe even a better mother, because when I see those children, I always want to meet their parents. How did they do this? And I'm sorry on my behalf that maybe I'm not really passing you an easy task. The world is messy right now. So many things have gone wrong. And so many things can be fixed, but you give us hope. There is an incredible value in what you have constructed here. Do not let it fade away. And so that you can take away something tangible from this speech, here are the 10 ways to keep the spirit of the valley. Write them down. I'll email them to you. Think of the other. Care of the other. Choose purpose over happiness, and you will be happy. Choose to be over to have. Spread your wings, but remember the sky is big, there is place for everybody. Be humble, yet be confident. Always greet people with a smile. You might be changing someone's life and definitely will make your day better. Have your heart in the right place. Remember that power is not in being stronger and in bending people to your will. The true power does not rely on manipulation and domination. Power is in differentiation, in understanding the connections. It is when you understand the connections, that's when you become powerful. And Kochari is a very good example of that. Remember, think big, but act small. Do not be a slave to perfectionism, though. Make each mistake count. Avoid strong convictions and expert opinions. Love the questions, my favorite one, and uncertainty. Answers can be limitations. Remember that from the place where we are right, flowers don't grow. You always have, had, and will have a choice. But whatever you do not let the spirit of this valley die.
Thank you, Elena, for sharing your thoughts with us. Almost everyone in the student body is here because of the incredible generosity of our donors and sponsors. This afternoon, we are going to hear from two people about the power of this relationship. Please welcome Worgney from the class of 2018 and Svetlana Nikolaeva, who has supported Worgney's journey over the past 2 years and has shown great interest in everything that Worgney did. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Prime Minister, esteemed guests, distinguished parents, hardworking staff, and fellow students. Welcome. Welcome to our school. And most importantly, welcome to our home. My name is Workine Folajano, and I'm here to share my story with you. I come from a very rural region in southern Ethiopia by the name Atala Mbecho, about 450 kilometers away from the capital, Addis Ababa. I come from a close-knit family of a poor background who farm for a living. My family had nothing to offer for my future except their farming expertise, which they passed down to me, motivating me to keep their determined legacy. My life was fairly simple. I was given to a church at birth and was raised by priests who helped me connect with God. It was difficult to say the least. People of my age were playing outside while I was lost in lengthy, heavy books, trying to learn something about how the world works. I didn't want a church education. I want to go to a normal school, like the kids I saw playing outside. But my parents did not want a secular education. Instead, they introduced me to a church education, where I met the first inspirational person of my life, Priest Atnafu. who taught me Amharic and the Ge'ez alphabet. He fought against my parents to send me to a formal school as he believed I had potential. He was constantly telling them that I would also be successful in secular education. Because of him, my parents agreed. I went to school. Although after grade 3, I had to fight against my family, mainly because they could not afford my education and hence forced me to go back to church. However, staying with an old priest in a silent and lonely church was very depressing, and I was scared of missing all the games that I used to play with kids when I was in school. So I left my family and went to a place called Areka. That was very unfamiliar to me, where I met another miraculous person of my life who helped me to continue grade 4 and 5. This was where I met Takia, who was and is still more than a friend to me. Takia was my life mentor. He took me in and helped me balance my life and trying to sustain a living. He taught me how to master the skill of shoe shining, which helped me make some money to support myself and my mom in any way I could. Takia and I took shift. When I went to school, he went to work. And when I was at work, he went to school. We made a good team. So I stayed with him for 2 years before the next part of my story begins. After that, I went back to my family. And in a small village, I found an NGO, which helped me continue my education, Walaita Development Association. For the next 5 years, they secured my education. I expressed my gratitude to them by pushing myself to achieve the best possible grades. I had a good relationship with the headmaster of the school. He approached me one day and introduced me to the UWC movement. I then applied. Several months later and after a lengthy and difficult paperwork process, I was able to come here where someone I have never seen in my life was willing to pay for my education, my generous donor, Sevatlana. She changed my life, helped me come here, and opened many doors for me. To say that I'm privileged would be an understatement. I don't even think it's luck. It was a blessing, and she is a blessing. So are all the donors here who put so much faith in us and color our lives with aspirations that could hardly ever become reality back home. Today I'm a dreamer, and I dream big. I dream that my thoughts are far beyond my village. Today my heart beats something for my country, my continent, and for the world. Yes, because of your support, I can see that I have potential to do things which seemed impossible. Because of you, I cross the sea of problems which always seem to suck me in. Thank you so much, Sevatlana. I want to thank all of the donors of our school. Thank you. Now I have more than a dream. I have a vision. A few years ago, I could hardly imagine myself joining a polytechnic college in Ethiopia. But because of all those incredible people in my life, I received a scholarship to the world's top schools such as Harvard University, Stanford University, Imperial College London, and so on. Next fall, I will be attending Harvard University. Thank you for helping me to go beyond my challenges. I promise you that I would try everything I can to reach my full potential, to do something meaningful and beautiful. I promise that the contribution you gave in my life will always have a meaning. I'm standing before you to express my heartfelt gratitude to any and everyone who contribute to my unpredictable, challenging, but humbling journey. I'm honored to share a glimpse of my life with you today. To my fellow co-years, we made it. Congratulations, class of 2018. And I wish all the best for class of 2019. Thank you.
My heart is beating so hardly now. I'm so much worried. but my speech will be short and energetic. So I firmly believe that one of the greatest possible in life is a happy childhood. In the school where we are now, everything around us makes this possible. I'm very, very happy for Warnex. And I know that his mother now is far from here, but I feel her heart and her soul is here now, 100%. I think that we, parents, must give our children at least two things, roots and wings. This is our main task as adults. You all have a new life waiting for you. And I hope that you will look ahead of you with confidence, behind you with gratitude, above you with faith, and around you with love. And what to say? My husband and me, we have 5 kids in our family. But I understood that we have already 6 of them. And maybe it's not the final numbers. Thank you very much.
Another important relationship in this college is that between the first years and the second years. I'd like to ask Celine to come to the stage on behalf of the first years to address the graduating class.
That this is a place where individuals come together. This is a place where all of us unite and become one entity. UWC is a special time period in our lives. We have grown, cried, laughed, failed many times, and succeeded as one entity. Some might say that it is a part of the experience. This experience we have been given the honor to be a part of. This experience, this dream, this vision, and this desire to see a world where the purpose of education is to unite people, nations, and cultures for a more peaceful and sustainable future is what initially brought us together. But what has kept us together, and what I have no doubt will keep us together for life, are the experiences we shared. Today is a special day in the history of our mission here at UWC Dilijan. We are departing from our 3rd generation. They will be initiating a new chapter in their lives. But the question arises, how do we say goodbye to the second half we have established in 10 very short months? How do we simply depart after becoming one? As Abraham Lincoln once said, if you love something, set it free. We can acknowledge without any shame that this place will never be the same without these amazing people that will soon be leaving us behind. But we, as the 4th generation, are hopeful that the education and guidance they have received will rightfully guide them into their destined paths. We understand that you might be excited to leave after 2 years of leaving a socially and academically intense life. You made sure to let us know on our first day here in the first letter we received. Dear Firstie, welcome to UWC. Welcome to 2 intense years that will give you so much. Cherish every second of these next 2 years and of these next 2 weeks of induction. Undoubtedly, we did enjoy those weeks without Sunday room cleanups, TOK presentations, and paper ones. So do not hesitate to believe us. We understand your excitement for a new beginning. Still, what will allow you to have a pristine start in a new country, just like you did 2 years ago, is the experience and maturity you have gained with time, especially the time that you have spent in Dilijan. Nevertheless, watching your other half leave is difficult. In spite of the sorrow that this departure might cause us, we are very confident in your ability to achieve your goals through hard work. Many of you have set nothing but a great example for us to follow, with your noble ways, open ears, and hearts to act as our mothers and fathers in our darkest hours. We can only hope to emulate your behavior and be as good to our first years as you made sure to be to us. We united under this one roof. Actually, it happened unavoidably by seeing each other's faces every single day. Nowadays, the way our mouth will curve when we talk and smile will imply that at some point in our history, we were united at a place for a greater good, and that the people that surrounded us made our perspectives and opinions of the world broaden, just like our smiles. However, we encountered many disappointments, and the disappointments that we encounter should not go unnoticed as they are a part of everyday communal life. For example, the project week you did not get to attend, such as sailing, because there were 8 spots for a list of 50 people that wanted to sail for 4 days. Or all the subject changes that failed to become a reality because you realized a little too late that you preferred ESS over higher level chemistry. Or all the check-ins you frantically ran to in order to make it in time, but simply didn't. Yet our presence here goes beyond our disappointments and failures. Our disappointments and the possible failures we experienced taught us that the destination is not the essence of our existence. It is our journey here in Dilijan that is of the essence. I guess we have made it obvious that we love you and we are more than willing to set you free and see you fly. We are confident that you will not disappoint yourselves or us with the decisions you will make regarding your future. We hope that you always remember that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them. Michelle Obama. It is our wish that every single one of you remembers that the limits of your willingness to work hard can only be determined by yourselves. This might be a departure, but you will remain present in our minds.
Thank you, Celine. It is now time to share with you another performance by another talented group of students. Zoya, Rita, and Flora will now perform a dance about their journey here in Dilijan. In the beginning, they did not know each other, but as time passed, they became closer and formed new friendships. The dance also illustrates how they overcame challenges and supported each other. It finishes with an acknowledgement that even though they will be separated, they will still have an amazing bond of friendship.
Thank you to our dancers. That was a stunning performance. As we draw closer to the act of graduation, it's time now to hear from the class of 2018. Katya will now speak on behalf of the graduating students.
So, it was 2 years ago when 104 students first arrived in a place which would become both an infinite journey and an everlasting memory. 2 years ago, the sun first rose above 104 young people. 2 years ago, the light of 104 faces first reflected in our eyes. 2 years ago, we first met one another, 104 curious minds from all around the planet, and so we first said hello. We arrived in this strange place with strange faces, strange ideas, and strange people. We began our journey in an unknown place beyond. And for most of us, this place was quite far away from home, quite far away from what we knew, from what we were used to. I can hardly count the number of times I've been asked why we chose to study in this faraway place called Armenia, why we chose to live in a school so remote. And it must be an impossible task to pinpoint one's finger on just what exactly has motivated us to make the Caucasus, Armenia, Dilijan, UWC, and its people our home. Maybe it's fate, or maybe it's destiny. It could be a higher power, or simply luck. Great luck. I vividly remember being picked up from the airport in an early August morning. Amongst animated conversation and excited chatter, we drove through the beautiful landscape of Armenia. A mixture of cultures, a clash of ancient architecture and past Soviet patriotism. A Mediterranean climate surrounding the great mountain of Ararat, its peak still covered in white snow and ice. We drove past the Asul of Lake Sevan and through the magical tunnel into the green. And do you remember, as we arrived at the school, we were greeted with a chant of welcoming cries. It was indeed the beginning of a journey. What was unknown became known, and what was strange became home. 2 years of project weeks and focus weeks, late-night conversations and early morning coffee, philosophy, geography, science, ESS, politics, arts, and drama. We talked about happiness and the stars, migration and globalization, communism and consumerism, about journeys and memories. Because you know what? Life here, it's a celebration of diversity. It is the writing of small notes to brighten someone's day. It's a Friday night out and a Sunday night in. Life here, it's waking up to rays of sunshine in your eyes, to rays of sunshine in your eyes, or the sound of raindrops at night. It is running around in the cold, wearing nothing more than a bathing suit when the first snow has fallen. Life here, it's the Friday break encore, and the realization of studying with incredible minds and extraordinary talents. Life, it is climbing Armenia's rocky mountains or diving into the blue of Lake Sevan. Life here, it is falling in love and saying goodbye. Life here is also the continuous search for who didn't clean the dishes, who borrowed the kettle, and who took the clothes out of the washing machines before they were clean. It is the search for the long-lost sock and the never-to-be-seen shirt. It can also be the IAs and the EEs and the IOCs, or the predicted grades, or the mock exams. It is slipping on ice in winter, or having to stay in the isolation of the medical center for longer than planned. Sometimes it's the fear of the future, or the nostalgia of the past. But life here is home. It's home to the world. This school and its people, they possess a magic spell. This magic spell makes us forget that we are from different nations, carrying passports in green and red and black and blue from the closest streets and the furthest corners of this globe. No wall can be erected to stop this spell, a spell more powerful than anything imaginable, because it unites us. Through struggle and success, through tears and love. By living and learning with people from all across the globe, we have overcome what was once called impossible. We have created an understanding which is not defined by an outlet of news or the words of a leader. We have constructed a place independent from wars fought by the governments of our countries and the interests of regimes. We have grown to love the remote and unknown, to make it our home. And so 1 year ago, we were here in the same place, the same home. And it wasn't our graduation we were celebrating, but the graduation of people we had grown to love. The people who had welcomed us in the beginning, supported us throughout, and whose shoulder we cried upon in the end. So now we're here again, in the same place, the same home, with people we love, people we welcome, people we support, and people whose shoulder we cry upon. And amongst all the tears and laughter and cries, all one can wonder is, what makes us do it? And what provokes us to do it all over again? Perhaps, collectively, we are all mad. You may call us ignorant idealists, but I would argue that we are simple believers. We believe in the gift of ideas much beyond idealism. We believe in the strength of actions much beyond activism. We believe in the power of language much beyond words. And we would do it all over again if we had to. Today, I'm standing in front of individuals whose spirit is inexhaustible, students who've shown me the world with all its diversity and love, people who have learned and taught beyond what any school book or essay or presentation or international baccalaureate will ever be capable of. For I've tried to find words to illustrate this infinite journey. For there's no language to describe this everlasting memory. For I can only call myself grateful to be a part of the graduating class of 2018. For I know you're meant to go on and do magical deeds in this world. For who you are and what you mean to this world. Today, the time has come for 104 students. 2 years have passed. Today, 104 people say goodbye. Today, the light of uncountable faces is reflected in our eyes. Today, the sun is setting above 104 curious minds. But don't worry, the night has just begun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for your moving words. We will now have further thoughts from two of our second years. Georgie has written a piece of poetry to mark her time here in Dilijan and will share it with us today. She will be joined by her fellow student Farah as they will share their experiences and indeed what it has been like for us all.
You were there for my first step. My first step into higher step. A step full of wonder, fear, curiosity, and joy. That still meets this stand where I employ the same emotions that I feel today, that I felt yesterday, the same very emotions that I had felt on that very first day. You were there.
For my first word to you, my first word, hi, hello, привет, and barivzes. I still greet to you. Whether or not we talk like friends, like Jans, or whether we all agreed when we bumped to each other fighting for a snack, you were there.
For my first day, a day full of people, a day full of, hi, my name is, I am from blank, and what subjects will you take? We were excited for classes, but not the IB. We wondered who will our classmates be. Well, we got lost in these hallways and drank spice milk and tea. You were there.
For my first night, a night full of voices, temptations, conversations, and fright, that made me realize that the stiff bits were quite alright. Whether you put your mattresses on the floor or hang the sheets on the light, you will still talk to me of politics, laughter, and love way past midnight. You were there.
For my first tear, a tumultuous tear, that I shed today, like when we left our second years, from a tear full of heartbreak, rejection, and deadline stress, from being away from home and always feeling like that. But you were there for my first note, a note played from love, a note full of energy, culture, and trust, sharing our differences full of vulnerability and care. Well, we danced to foreign music and showed off our layers from home and experiences, simply just to share. You were there.
For my first enough of cultural shock, epiphanies, and surprise, while we watch cultural evenings and gaze at the Armenian sunrise that we glance at on a Saturday hike, grasping sweaty palms as we sang somber, peaceful song. You were there.
For my first glass, my one glass with a meal, a glass to a toast to the future we share, whether it be near or far, but always with as much cheer and fear, like when we sang in Sinbad's crazy taxi car. Well, we learned to appreciate that everything will come within 4 to 6 weeks. You were there.
For my first tune in a bubble that gave the essence of a community with diversity in number, strength in thought, and weakness when we forgot about each other or check in. A tune that truly means home to me, to us. You are here.
For our far from first goodbye, where we expand the bubble, expand our hope, wonder, joy, curiosity, and fear that we so desperately want to keep near.
We show that this might be our last step.
Word,
day,
night,
tear,
note,
laugh, and a tune that we share all together here. Today, us, the class of 2018, graduates of UWCD, will never, ever forget that we were there, we are here together.
Thank you to Farah and Georgie for that wonderful poetry. We will now have a performance from Gurgen of Rachmaninoff's Prelude in C-sharp minor. This has been a special piece of music that has been performed by Gurgen numerous times since his arrival. It is fitting that we now hear it for one last time today.
Thank you, Gurgen. And I think we all agree that we are truly going to miss you performing for us. So we hope you will come back next year. The final speech before graduation will come from Mauro, who will share with us his experiences and memories of his time here in UWC Dilijan, highlighting a journey that many of us take in our time here.
Cool. 2 years ago, I could barely say hello or how are you in English. At that time, I could not have imagined standing here in front of you all. People with different backgrounds and life histories. Without a doubt, these 2 years have marked a before and after in every single one of our lives. We learned from the hardest times how to be stronger and not to give up. There are so many things to be remembered, but so little time to speak. It seems like yesterday, the day on which our national committee told us, you have been selected to attend the United World College of Dilijan. Many of us did not have any idea where Armenia was located, and Dilijan heaviness. Now, it's not only one of the spots on this big world map that we always refer to, but it is our second home. How can we forget the first induction week, when we did so many activities, games, dances, and much more, in order to get to know each other? I can't count how many times I hear the phrase, "Hi, my name is, I'm from," and they're replying, feeling the same. Or, "Are you a first year or a second year?" And when we answer, "I'm a first year," we usually say, "Great! We have 2 years ahead together." Now, these 2 years have come to an end. The time passed so fast, but the memories will remain with us forever. Maybe we will idealize them. Maybe we will keep them as a treasure. And maybe we will make new ones with some of the people that are here. But either way, we will never lose them, because I do not think it is possible to forget all the snowball fights, the polar bear runs, being stuck in the medical center for a couple of days, or even all the hours that we spent doing our IAs and EEs. But please, let's not go into this. Even more, how to forget the treasures that Armenia has shown to us. This country has so much to offer, so much that is hidden and has yet to be discovered. Experiences such as project weeks, long weekends, and outdoor activities have given us the incredible opportunity to immerse ourselves. Dancing with the mountains, rivers, and wind, but also receiving the infinite love that Armenian people always give to us. These 2 years living in Armenia has made us all grow and explore, cry, but also laugh. We have been taught to value everything that we have by our side. But most importantly, UWC has taught us that no matter how hard life is and how uncertain our ways seem, even if we have to go against the wind and the rain, it is worth standing up every time that we fall. All these are just very few things to mention. However, after these 2 years, I can surely say that UWC goes beyond that. UWC is about the little details. It is about learning that it is worth following our dreams. That collective work is more enriching than individual work. That sometimes expectations are not close to reality, but that every experience is an opportunity to learn and grow. UWC is about realizing that this is a world full of questions, and it is exactly the unknown that can guide our steps in life. UWC is about getting immersed into the community, but also constructing our own community, which will be our family for the rest of our lives. UWC is about empowering and proving to ourselves that with effort and sacrifice, barriers can fall. UWC is about believing in utopias and making them through. Class of 2018 of UWC Dilijan. Let's never forget that the world is full of surprises and colors, which can show us many perspectives that we might have never imagined encountering. Let's never forget to look up and appreciate the little details. We have a long journey ahead. It is time to open the doors to new life-changing opportunities. It is time to spread into the world and show all that we have learned. Keep opening our minds and give a little bit of our UWC experience to every person that comes into our lives. I can tell that this is not going to be easy. There will be challenges to overcome, but let's not forget that we are not alone. Because even when we are miles away from each other, we will always be there for each other. Because more than friends, we are a family. And that is what family is for. To give honest love, that good time to give honest love. By enjoying the good times together and to give our hand to each other in the hard ones. Distance is nothing when people mean a lot. That is why I can say for sure that this is not a goodbye. This is a see you soon. So let's not cry because this is finishing, but let's smile instead because these 2 years happened. Let's make this family be united for the rest of our lives. Much love, pura vida mae, and see you all soon.
Is that, am I there? Yes. I think I mentioned at the beginning that they most certainly would tell the tale far better than I could, and I think they have certainly done that. And now I would ask you all, class of 2018, to step forward, first year, to give to the second year their farewell, second year, to hand over to the first year the responsibility of next year. And tune parents, can you please come forward and help your tunes into their forward journey?
Alexander from Russia.
When I walk this way, you walk to the end of the queue that way.
Arnold from Kazakhstan. Artyom from Belarus. Eric from Armenia. Ghalib from Pakistan. And Ziko from Iraq. Ahmed from Syria. Francesco from Italy. Jeremy from Hong Kong. Mauro from Costa Rica. Minami from Japan. And Simon from Austria. Congratulations. Daria from Russia. Fernanda from Germany. Flora from Armenia. Melissa from El Salvador. Ryan from Sudan. And Shara from Hungary. Rocio from Spain. Farah from Palestine. Iman from Zimbabwe. Ai from Laos. And Ash from India. Kelly from Rwanda. Hang from Vietnam. Lina from France. Sigrid from New Zealand. Elif from Turkey. And Vida from Croatia.
Abhijit from India and the Cayman Islands. Albert from Armenia. Manaya from New Zealand. Faja from Georgia. Workney from Ethiopia. Yusuf from Afghanistan. Alistair from Scotland. Shinsan from Cambodia. Daniel from Uruguay. Luis from Mexico. Pratap from Nepal. And Yu Yang from China. Aldana from Argentina. Kayolani from Mexico. Annie from Armenia. Elani from Israel. Layla from Iran. Go, go, go. Elani. Anahit from Armenia. Asia from Turkey. Dalia from Lebanon. Mana Whitney from Cameroon. Simona from Bulgaria. Hasumi from Japan. Ano from Bangladesh. Daniela from the Czech Republic. Jacqueline from Malaysia. Yulia from the Netherlands. Layli from Iran.
Ahmad from Palestine. Ernest from Latvia. Gagik from Armenia. And Vytautas from Lithuania. Diogo from Portugal. Gurgen from Russia and Armenia. Igor from Serbia. Marcin from Poland. And Yahya from Syria.
Akanksha from India. Maren from Norway. Joanna from Portugal. Kathy from Germany. Lisa from Georgia. Rita from Spain. Anne from South Sudan. Joyce from Ghana. Paula from Uruguay. Sona from Armenia. Anastasia from Russia. Ekaterina from Russia. Dakota from Swaziland. And Georgie from the US.
Ajaydeep Singh from Kenya. Irafan from Thailand. Mudassar from Pakistan. Noor from Lebanon and Sudan. Roger from South Africa. Yiğit from Turkey. Cody from the United States. Dimitri from Indonesia. Fernando from Spain. Jeppe from Denmark. Ben from the Netherlands. Samuel from Russia and Armenia. Ola from Poland. Anano from Georgia. Elena from Italy. Genevieve from the United States of America. Helen from South Africa. Milica from Serbia. Sky from Iran. Asik from Armenia. Margarita from Ukraine. Maria from Russia and Armenia. Victoria from Norway. Zoya from Russia and Syria.
Hand over to you. You can go down. Yeah, yeah. And now, please, I would like to invite our founder and chair of governors, Veronica, to close our graduation ceremony.
What a wonderful event. I can't believe that it's already third generation of the students graduates from UWC, Dilijan. And we have already not only first year, second year, but alumni also who came to the school, to their home, back to their home. And there are 45 of them today here. And it's very important we see how school mature and become alive and warm. We feel warmth everywhere. And education is not about institution, not about grades, not about curriculum. It's about people. It's about nurturing young talents to thrive and become leaders of the future, to make world better place and happy place for everybody. But nothing is possible without leadership, with wisdom, with a lot of thoughts and deep leadership. UWCD was very happy and privileged, have such a wise leader who loves children, thinks about their future, and every decision was made was in favor and for interest of young people. Denise, please, I want to say big thank you for 2 years of your leadership, which we all, please come here, admire. And Denise leaves this year, and we want to say big thank you to you, and also please come to... community. We see all people around and there, that alumni comes back, that the students are happy and looking forward for their future. And we believe that, of course, Armenia will always stay in your heart. Absolutely. And then it's also for you, also you will come back regularly. And this is our gift for you. To remember about Armenia, it's the first, you get the first scarf in honor of 1066 years of Tatev Monastery, and also some nice piece that you can always wear with you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. It is life-changing experience for everybody, I believe, and not Armenia is a very special destination, and Dilijan is a very special place. But also to do any changes in the life is hard job, and no one can do it alone. And we are happy that Denise was here together with her husband, with Neil, who did a lot for the school, for all of us. And also he inspired people for Enterprise Dilijan and for all new projects. Neil, please come with us. For your memory about Armenia, and of course it's not memory that you forget, we stay connected, we still, still are involved in the project, in the life community of Dilijan, and we say on behalf of governors, of students, of parents, say big, big thank you for two of you, for your courage and for your wisdom and for everything, energy, for everything you did. The only thing that I regret that if it happens 20 years before, then you might stay longer. Thank you.
You may not know it, but 50 years ago today, Neil and I graduated from university. Since then, we have had many, many adventures together, and I'm very grateful to everything that we have done together. But I have to tell you now that we both absolutely agree that the 2 years that we have spent here with you have been 2 of the best years of our life and of our career. So we can only thank you for it. We came for 3 months. We stayed for 2 years. But quite honestly, we'll be here in spirit for the rest of our lives. Thank you all so much. I don't even know if this is working. It's working? Yes, it is. Right. And now, the very last moment. As always, the students want to say goodbye. Students, again, over to you. I was going to ask you, audience, to stand with me to say goodbye to our students. I see you are already standing. Can we remain standing and wish goodbye, good luck, bon voyage as you go on the next stage of your journey?